welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I help people find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you're giving away your power and you don't even realize it, and how to take your power back. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm a trans guy that came out in 2002, and I've been on this journey for 17 years, going on almost 18 years, and I've also realized that I'm Transgender Twin Flame, Starseed, Lightworker, Rainbow Warrior here to help raise the frequency on the planet. And if you're watching this video, you are most likely in one of those categories. And things that you can do to help to take your power back. So for a long time I questioned reality. For a long time I basically believed what I was told by my parents, by my elders, by religious instructors, and by well-meaning people, that I needed to be more of a woman and to be more girly and be more feminine, and to, like, that's who I was. That's the gender I was assigned at birth, so therefore I was subjected to all of the conditioning and the programming that went along with being a woman. And I realized from the time I was 4 years old, and I came out at 19, and I didn't have the terminology for that, but I knew that anytime I would express my masculine energy, just being myself without any labels or anything, anytime I would express my masculine side, that I would be loud and proud and more young, that I was shut down and rejected. So for a long time I was more quiet, and I just went along with what other people wanted, until one day I came across this movie. And when I was in college, I was living in the girls' dorm of where I went to school, and luckily I had a really cool roommate, very open-minded, and we watched this movie together, and it was on this trans woman. And I knew from the moment that I watched that movie that I was trans. And again, this is something that deeply resonated with me, and I was on my spiritual journey ever since. And from that moment on, in 2002, that was a beginning of a spiritual awakening. And what a spiritual awakening is, it makes you question reality, question your beliefs. It makes you go within and say, who am I? So I had this limiting belief for a long time that I had to be a certain way. And in 2002, I blew that box out of the water, and I started to go for my passion, go for my purpose, and to transition into more of who I am. I had top surgery in 2009, got on hormones in 2004, 2005, and I changed my physical appearance, and I became more male. I started to lift more weights and change myself physically. However, I always had this feeling like of dysphoria. I still had anxiety after my surgery. I still had this feeling of not being good enough, not being worthy enough, that I need to get all these surgeries done and procedures done in order to be more male and in order to be complete. And once I have all of these procedures done, then I'll feel more like myself. So I've always wanted at least a hysterectomy, and I finally had it in 2020, January of this year, and it was completely different than my previous surgery. Why? Because from 2009, 2010 until now, I've spent time working on myself from the inside out. I waited so long because I knew that from experience that the physical changes weren't the only part that I needed to work on. I needed to work on finding my center, tuning into more of who I am, letting go of old beliefs, and taking back my power. For a long time, I gave away my power, and one of the ways that I gave away my power is that I bought into the reality that I was told. I bought into the frame and the belief that I had to transition, and that by going through these steps, by identifying as having gender identity disorder, by being diseased, that knowing that there was something wrong with me, thinking that there's something wrong with me, that surgery was the way to correct that. And that is a misnomer right there. First of all, you are worthy of love. You are worthy, whole, and complete right where you stand, whether or not you decide to transition. Whether or not I decided to transition or not, I am love, I am worthy of love, and I didn't need any of those surgeries in order to be myself. And the fact that we have a model that says we have a disorder, that there's something wrong with us, is what's wrong with the system. So, number one, start to question your reality. Go within and see what rings true for you. Even what I'm saying here in this video, start to question your reality, question your beliefs, ask, is this even yours? We have this collective model set in place that sets all of us up for failure, that because we don't live up to a certain expectation and fit into certain boxes, then we are somehow diseased, or we are giving away our power in that way, because none of us fit into these boxes. We don't. It's just nobody is the same. We are all one being. We are unity. We are source consciousness, but we are individuals as well. Each snowflake is a different. We are all unique and worthy and have value just for simply being you. So everything in life is a mirror, and it reflects back to you the vibration that you currently hold. So if you're in fear and anxious a lot of times, and you're holding on to the belief that you need to transition for other people and in order to be more complete, then change that up. Start to go within and ask why you feel this way. Ask the question, who am I? What do I want? And why do I feel this way? And you'll start to go within, raise your vibration, and have a spiritual awakening that will help to bring you more in touch of who you truly are. So number two, be aware of what you're focusing on. Where are you putting your energy and your attention? Are you watching the news a lot? Are you listening to people like J.K. Rowling, who are saying that trans women are men? And again, that goes back to questioning your beliefs and your reality. And by where you're putting your focus and your attention and your energy, are you watching negative stuff? The news is very negative. The certain social media channels are very negative. And are you listening to negative people that are telling you not to be you? So Les Brown says that someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Someone else's opinion of you does not have to become your vibration. So recognize that where that person is coming from is their beliefs. It doesn't mean that you have to take on those beliefs of that other person. You can use discernment about who you're hanging out with, what you're watching on social media, what you're listening to. Start to listen to more positive, uplifting content. Start to meditate and start to tune into your true vibration, and start to question your beliefs and your reality and why do you feel this way. Most of the time, as children, we were projected onto from the beliefs of our parents, of our religious instructors, from society. And the truth is that we've been duped into believing that we are anything less than, so we give our power away to authority figures and politicians and people like that, that they have to tell us what to do. We are looking to them as a source of power instead of looking within your own heart and your own spirit and knowing what's true for you and your vibration. So again, questioning your beliefs is number one. Tuning into your reality and questioning, observing your thoughts, meditating, quieting your mind, and separating yourself from your thoughts and the negative people in your mind, in your world, and the negative influences, and recognize that may be their perspective, but you don't have to take that on. So having boundaries. And number three, most of us are going around, most of people I see going around without a vision, without setting intentions, and lacking direction. And again, that's giving your power away, because you're like a bob on the ocean that's being drifted back and forth, lacking a direction. And by setting an intention, by having a vision for yourself, by knowing you are source energy in the physical body, and by raising your vibration to the truth of who you truly are, which is love, unity, joy, and peace, and that you're here to help raise the vibration on the planet, that there is nothing wrong with you. You are right. Like, the only thing, quote unquote, wrong with us is the programming that we've been forced to adopt, which is based in negativity, fear, control, and keeping us stuck at a lower vibration. The minute that we go within and to question our beliefs, and as Abraham Hicks says, our feelings are a compass. If something feels good and makes you feel happy, then that is you tuning into your higher self and knowing you're on your right path. And if something feels negative and something is feeling bad, then that's tuning you and turning you away from your true path. So start to question your reality, go within, raise your vibration, meditate more, get outside in nature, and remember that you are a rainbow light worker. You're a starseed twin flame. And again, these are just labels, and the more we actually remove these labels too and the boxes and stop trying to fit ourselves into one thing and allow ourselves to expand and raise in consciousness, then the more power that you have, the more that you start to take your power back, and you are super powerful. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment down below where you are on your journey, and tune in for more tips about how to raise your vibration, how to do some Reiki, do some healing work on yourself. And this journey isn't for the faint of heart. You're powerful. You are worthy of love. I love you. And remember, take your power back. Peace and unity.